often to convey myself institutions innovation council of CCOM Skills University for providing me the opportunity of presenting something related to this new area. So, just a minute. The topic that today I have chosen, that is protection of trademarks in the present arena of startups and analysis. So first and foremost, before going into the subject matter, we need to know what is the concept of property. Then we will come to the concept of intellectual property. Firstly, property, it indicates or it means something which is of worth, which is having some value. So a thing or a material which is having value to me, that is my property. Maybe a land is my property, maybe a house is my property, but to a child, some pebbles may be his property, which he wishes to keep in his pocket. A pencil box may be his property. A new pen may be his property. So property indicates something which is having value to that particular person. Property may be basically of two kinds. It may be movable property, it may be immovable property from that perspective. Now, what is movable property? Which can be moved from one place to another. We cannot move a house or a building from one place to another. But we can move a book or a car from one place to another. So car is an example of movable property. And house, building, ponds, these are the examples of immovable properties. So this transferring of this movable property, immovable property, we have different laws in our country that have dealt with all these aspects. Now, another aspect, that is tangible property and intangible property. What is meant by that? Tangible property is something that we can touch and feel. But intangible property, its existence is very much there, but we cannot touch it. We can feel it. And the example of intangible property is intellectual property. Next slide, please. Srijan, are you there? Hello. Next slide. Yes. The meaning of intellectual property. Now, what is the meaning of intellectual property? Intellectual property is something that has come from our intellect. So from the way come out from the application, we have some brain, and definitely our brain works, and we utilize our brain for the purpose of various aspects. Now, intellectual property is that intangible creation of human intellect, mind. So by applying our mind, that is my own property. Say for an instance, I have written an article. I have given my full labor and I have written an article and it has been published, or I have written a book. So I have applied my mind, I have applied my brain my intellect, property organization. What is this? The World Intellectual Property Organization, it is a specialized agency of United Nations. Uh, United Nations got specialized agencies. One of the specialized agencies that we all know, that we say WHO, that is World Health Organization. That is also a specialized agency of the United Nations organization. Now, what is the work of this WHO? To deal with the matters relating to health. Similarly, World Intellectual Property Organization, this is also a specialized agency of the UNO, and it is dedicated to ensure that the rights of the creators and the owners of the intellectual property are protected worldwide. So the person from whom this intellectual property has arisen, it is required to be protected worldwide. Therefore, it is the work of this organization to ensure that the creator's right is protected and throughout the world. Next slide, please. Now, coming to the different types of intellectual property, first one is patent, then copyright, then trademark, then industrial design. These are the four basic categories of intellectual property. And in addition to that, geographical indications and trade secrets, these have also come into the picture nowadays. The traditional knowledge, the invention of traditional knowledge, or the protection of traditional knowledge, protection of geographical indications. All these have come into the picture nowadays. Next slide, please. Patent, the first one, patent. What is patent? Patent, it is an exclusive right granted for an invention. So, in the field of science and technology, if I invent something, not discover, I'm not saying that discovery. If I invent something new, it means that it has come out from my mind and it is required to be protected by way of patent. So my invention, maybe a formula I have invented by applying my mind. So I must get patent over that formula which has been invented by me. And this, if I get patent right over this formula which has been invented by me, it would be my exclusive right, excluding others to misappropriate or use the property of mine without taking my permission. Clear concept? Is the concept clear of patent? Then coming to copyright. Next slide, please. Copyright. Copyright, from the very term copyright, we can understand copyright. It means right to copy, not that. It means right not to copy. So if I write a book, you will have to take my permission. And if I take copyright over that book, if you have to take my permission if you want to use that book or utilize that book. There are certain exceptions to that general rule also. Say for the purpose of study, for the purpose of examination, if any person uses that, then it will not be violating of copyright. Okay, so copyright, it is a negative right, right not to copy, a bundle of right. And in the category of copyright, literary, artistic work, cinematograph films, all these are coming into the picture. Suppose one film has been made another person cannot copy that film and produce a new one and live with that in the market. In that way, he cannot make a business. It is not permissible. So copyright means right not to copy. Next slide. Coming to trademark. Trademark, actually, I will be dealing with trademark. For that matter, I'm not going into the details of trademark right now. Trademark, it is a sign capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one enterprise from the other. At the next slide, I will be coming into details of the trademark. Next slide, please. Industrial designs. Industrial designs, it constitutes the ornamentation or aesthetic aspect of an article. A design given to a particular article. That is the industrial design. Then next slide, geographical indications. Geographical indications, that is regarding the location, the importance of a thing regarding the location. Say for an instance, few years back, there was a controversy relating to this thing, Rashogolla. Who will get the geographical indication of this Rashogolla? Odisha or the state of West Bengal? And ultimately, it has been resolved that West Bengal will get the geographical indication for Rashogolla. So West Bengal is the place which is the origin of this thing and having a uniqueness. In the same way, Basmati rice, Kanjivaram silk. So these are the things that belong to different places. Then trade secrets. Next slide. Trade secrets, these are also the IP rights. Trade secrets, from the very term trade secret, we can say that a secret which is used for the purpose of trade. So suppose if I carry on a trade, and the thing that I am producing, I must be having a specific formula of producing that particular thing. So that is my trade secret. And no one will be allowed to use my trade secret. Say for an instance, Coca-Cola. It has got a trade secret which has been kept in vault by the company. Right. Next slide. Now the laws. The laws that deal with the different types of intellectual property. Firstly, the patent. Patent is dealt by the Patents Act of 1970, copyright under the Copyright Act of 1957, trademark under the Trademarks Act of 1999, industrial designs under the Designs Act of 2000, and trade secret, actually there is no specific law relating to trade secret, and it is protected under the common law remedies. And for geographical limitations, different other laws have come into being. That is the Plant Varieties Act. There are different types of laws which have been enforced or which have been passed by the legislature for the protection of this plant varieties specifically. Next slide. Now I'm coming to the concept of trademark, which is the main area, thrust area of mine. Trademark, from the very term tree, the concept. Mark that is used for the purpose of carrying on a trade. So when I am carrying on my business, when I am carrying on my trade, I am using a specific is unique into nature. Understand as to who is the producer of this my business goodness. That be, say for an instance, ITC, Unilever, all these, they have their own specific trademark. Everything have got specific trademark. Now, trademark, actually, trademark is applicable not only for the purpose of goods, but also for the purpose of services. the concept I have given over here, that is a trademark. It can be any word, phrase, symbol, design, or a combination of these things that identifies your goods or services. So a specific mark, maybe a specific design, maybe a specific combination of color, maybe a logo, it may be a trademark. Samsung, company Samsung, it has its own space. LG, it has say Microsoft combination of colors. It is there. So for Microsoft or this particular you can understand that, oh, this biscuit belongs to Britannia company and I will go for that. I will not go for the other one because the other one does not have as such reputation in the company. There are many biscuit companies in our market, but all the biscuit companies do not have the same reputation. Now, what is reputation? It may be good, it may be bad. What I can say of my reputation, what others think of me, that is my reputation. Not that what I am thinking of myself is my reputation. What I am thinking of myself, that cannot be my reputation. But what others think of me, that is my reputation. So reputation, goodwill, these are the important things in the perspective of market. A good, it is having a good reputation. Britannia company, it is having a very good reputation in the market. It is having a goodwill, and it has not been achieved in a single day. Many years have been used by the company for the purpose of achieving this goodwill in the market. Now, the objectives of having trademark. Next slide, please. Objectives. Firstly, it identifies the source of your goods or services. So from the trademark of a particular company which has been used on the product, we can understand the source of product. It belongs, যেটা আমি বললাম এক্ষুনি, to whom this particular biscuit belongs to. We can understand that. Yes, I'm saying that, oh, by seeing this mark, I can say that this particular thing belongs to Britannia company. So the source I can identify. The consumers, they can identify the source of the goods or the source of the services. Secondly, provides legal protection for your brand. So the trademark which I have been using, I'm having a brand, Britannia, it is a brand, and by virtue of this trademark, the person is having legal protection of the brand, so that the others cannot misuse. Any other competitor in the market cannot misuse the brand. Helps you guarding, yes, helps you guard against counterfeiting and fraud. Very important thing. If I see that my trademark is wrongly used by some other person, I can get protection. I can make the thing forfeited. Say for an instance, Lakme. Suppose Lakme, it is a brand. It is having, say for an instance, a lipstick. It is having its own trademark. Now, the word Lakme itself is its trademark. Now, another company, which is not Lakme, it is also using that trademark on its own good, thereby causing similarity with the original product of Lakme. So we may get decepted. So this is called deceptive similarity. The similarity which is deceptive in nature. So that other company, since it is not that reputed one and it is not having that goodwill in the market, and it also wants to make marketable its product marketable, that's why it is using the logo of Lakme, which it cannot. If it is done, then what would happen? Because the goods of that other company, it is not that up to that mark of the product of the Lakme company. Therefore, what would happen if a consumer lipstick, he or she will not be satisfied because it would be not up to the mark with the original one. Understood? Is it clear to all of you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Now, next slide. Trademark registration. See, registration of trademark, it is not compulsory. If you want, you may register your trademark. If you do not want, you may not register your trademark. But if you register your trademark, then you may get some additional advantages regarding the protection. So if your registered trademark is violated by any person or a company or a competitor in the market, or if it is infringed, then you can get some specific statutory remedies as laid down in the Trademark Act. But if you do not register your trademark, yes, you can definitely carry on your trade by using your unregistered trademark. But if it is violated, then a specific action is available under the law, that is the passing of action. Clear? Next slide, please. Now we will be registered. Now I want to register my trademark. Where will I apply for the registration? I will have to apply for registration. Now, where will I apply for? I will have to apply for registration in the trademark registry. And there are mainly 5 offices in entire India where trademark registration takes place. Trademark registry offices are there in India in 5 places. Firstly in Mumbai, then Delhi, then Kolkata, then Chennai, and lastly in Ahmedabad. So these are the 5 places where we can find trademark registry is there, where we can apply for registration of our trademark. Clear? Next slide, please. This one, international filing. In international scenario or in the international field also, there are offices and you can file for registration internationally. That is, suppose you are carrying on your trade in India and you want to register your trademark in some other country. Can you do so? Yes, you can do so. And it will be based on where you have the market or where you want to have the market in near future. I am having market in this country as well as I'm also having market in Bangladesh. I'm also having market in China. So I can apply for registration in China even or in Bangladesh even. So it is depending on as to where I am having the market or I intend to have the market. Clear? Next slide. Now I would come to the process of registration. Next slide, please. Now I would come to the process of registration trade step by step. Firstly, for registering, firstly, I will have to choose trademark attorney or trademark agent. This trademark, through this trademark agent, I will have to apply for registration of my own trademark. Now, what is the basic work of this agent or the attorney? Yes, he will apply for registration. He will do searching and everything for the mark. And not only that, the agent or the attorney will also look for the mark in near future, whether it is being violated. Suppose I am already having a trademark by virtue of which I am carrying on my business. Good enough. And new company has come up and it is also using my mark for the purpose of its own business and unknowingly, not knowingly, but unknowingly. So my attorney is there who will look after that. Now he will just find out and he will say, no, you cannot do so because this mark is already in existence. So you cannot use that. So this is the work of the, this attorney or this trademark agent. Now, for the purpose of filing trademarks, there are 45 classes of goods and services. Suppose today I'm carrying on a business of a particular item or a particular thing. So I will have to file my application under that specific category. So there are 45 classes, 45 categories are there. Education is there, marketing is there, pharmaceutical is there, different things are there. So based on that, I will file for application. Depending on the good for which I'm going to carry out my business. And on the basis of that class, I will have to pay the fee. Fees for registration, I will have to pay as per the class on the basis of which I have applied for the registration. And one more important thing you must keep in your mind, that is, I can apply for registration not only under only one particular category or one particular class. I can apply for registration for more than one specific class also. Suppose I'm carrying on a business of this category and that category also. So 2-3 types. For 2-3 types of goods, I'm carrying on my business. So I will apply for registration under those specific classes. And it will be more than one specific class. Clear? Say for an instance, this pharmaceutical products, it comes under class 5. The education sector, it comes under class 41. Marketing sector, it comes under class 35. So in this manner, I will have to apply for registration. And I can also apply for registration under more than one head. Next slide, please. Now the process of registration. Firstly, trademark classification, that is the class I will have to identify at first, and search. What will I search? I will search whether any specific, the trademark that I intend to use, whether that mark is already in existence or not. That is very important. Then I will file for registration. Then I will pay required fees. After that, examination will be done by the registry office and it would be open for objection. If any person wants to put any objection, they know this trademark cannot be permitted to be used, it is already in existence, then objection can be raised and objection has to be resolved. If the objection is resolved, good enough, and if no objection is raised, then publication of the trademark will be made. Then third-party dispute, if any dispute relating to third party is there, that is also to be resolved. And after that, the registry office proof evidence, conclusive evidence that I am having the trademark and I have applied for registration by complying with the necessary statutory requirements. So when I am applying for registration, I can use the word R for, extremely sorry. I can use the word TM for the good. So if I have already applied for registration and I have already started my business, and on the product, I am using that particular mark, and by the side of the mark, I am using the word TM, capital T and capital M. And it indicates that I have already applied for registration. And after registration, I can use the word R. One thing we all know, I think we all know, that is Dulal Chandra Bhare Tal Michri, palm can. And criminal proceedings can be initiated. So apart from civil remedies, criminal remedies are also available for the infringement of trademark. So I think I have been able to give some idea relating to trademark. What is trademark? What is the object of trademark? And the process of registration of trademark. The object of trademark is very important. Now, next slide, please. Coming to this startup, because today's topic is related to startup. Now, startup, what is this about? Startup, it was first campaigned by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 15th August of 2015 at Red Fort, New Delhi. This campaign, it was introduced under the government of India as an initiative to develop 75 startups, the new startups. And the date of launching, after that, the campaigning started on 15th August of 2015, and ultimately in the year 2016, January 16, 2016, the scheme has been launched by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry of the Government of India, and specifically the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. And by the former finance minister Arun Jaitley. Next slide. So this is the historical backdrop as to when this startup has come into the picture of our country. The term startup refers to a company in the first stages of operation. Startups are founded by one or more entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or service for which they believe there is demand. Now we understand. Startup, new business, a new company has been started for the purpose of providing a new good or new service which is in demand in the market. Here I want to give an example. I don't know whether you are aware of an app that is Shuttle app. This Shuttle app, it carries on the business of carrying travelers from one place to another. The travelers are there. The traveler car, the 17-seater, 25-seater traveler cars are there. And through the app, I will have to book a seat in that car and it will take me from one place to another. So many people are there who are going to offices through this system, these app travelers. Different routes are there. So why this why this app, Shuttle app, has come into the picture? Because this kind of service, it is providing a service to us. Why service? Because by that or with the help of that, we are going from one place to another. So when I'm going to office at sector 5 from my house, I can avail this shuttle. I can avail a car through this Shuttle app and go from my house to office. So this is a service which is rendered by this app. Okay. Is it clear to all of you? Am I be able to understand? Am I be able to explain? Hello?
Yes,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Achha.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Okay. Now, the startup companies which have just started for the purpose of rendering a service, for the purpose of rendering a product in the market which is in demand in the market. In the same way, now I want to give a comparison. When these startup companies, these new companies are coming into the picture, they do not have a large or huge fund. So they start with a very small fund, or they take the help of other aspects or other things for the purpose of carrying on their new business, to make their business a successful one in the perspective of market. Okay. Now another thing, this shuttle system, the name of the app is SHUTTL, Shuttle. This shuttle system is also offered by Uber, Ola, we know all that. Uber app, it also has this shuttle system. Now, a comparison has started between shuttle app and the Uber app relating to the offering of service of shuttle. শাটেলে নিয়ে যাওয়ার জন্য উবার অ্যাপ অ্যান্ড শাটেল অ্যাপ তাদের মধ্যে একটা কম্পিটিশন স্টার্ট হয়েছে। And now what we can see that this shuttle app, it has been owned by Uber Hearing. Now I would like to welcome question. If anyone has any question to ask, you may, and I would try to give answer to that. Because I may not be able to answer. It's not that I will be able to answer. Because I'm also in the process of learning all these things. So if anyone has, Produnno. Yes, Produnno, you have raised your hand.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Sir, as per the example stated by you, that the shuttle app was developed for carrying a group of people together in a hustle free manner, but that a similar idea was implemented by the Uber app uh, to,
Yes.
uh, to avail the users of the app the same facility. So, sir, here we see that actually the idea was copied later by the Uber app, which was initially developed by the shuttle app. So, sir, do you think that only trademark is enough to protect this startup in the context of intellectual property?
See, actually, different strategies, different schemes are also required. And definitely, when subsequently Uber app is using the innovation has been kept. And I should not say that, previously what was there? Uber, the Uber car, the four-seater car. The four-seater car, they also used to provide this shuttle system previously. And subsequently, when Shuttle App started this, they started with this with a group of people. And Uber app just developed its previous system. That is the main difference. সেই কারণে কিন্তু হচ্ছে না।
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Who is this?
Yes,
Priya Chaudhary.
good,
Yes,
yes,
madam.
sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
This is Priya Chaudhary, Assistant Professor of Skills University, Law Department. So first of all, I would like to thank you for giving us such an enlightened session. And I have a question, sir. But before that, I would like to beg your pardon because I really have a very limited knowledge in this field. So, sir, in India, the registration fee for trademark for the starters starts from 4,500 to 9,000. And if I want to get my trademark registered internationally, then I think I have to opt for WIPO's Madrid system. So, wherein the fee is $3,000 to $5,000, which is equal to Indian rupee 2,50,000 to 6 lakh. So, I just want to know that whether there is any subsidy or scheme given to the newly opened businessman or the entrepreneur, because it is very difficult for a newly opened business person to afford such amount of money.
Actually, these are the practical aspects. This fee system, whether any subsidy, though I'm not sure, but I don't think that any subsidy is given regarding the fees to any person, to the new, the startups. To the startups, there is no subsidy.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? Yes. Shibayam Chatterjee.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please.
Good morning, sir. I am also an assistant professor of School of Legal Studies, Skills University. Sir, my question is from our sector, that means from legal sector and legal domain, how startups can be possible or entrepreneurship specifically?
I can't get you. Please repeat.
Sir, actually, my question is from our sector, that is the field of law,
Education
how
sector.
startups or entrepreneurship
law
be
field.
possible in future time.
I can't hear you. Law field, then? Shweta, can you hear him?
Yes, sir.
হ্যাঁ, কি বলছে ও আমাকে একটু বল, আমি শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
We try to say is useful in the legal arena.
ও আচ্ছা, how startup is useful in legal arena, এখন to discuss all these things একটা আলাদা সেশন লেগে যাবে। তবে since these are the new things, new innovation in education sector also, not only saying that new innovations are coming into the picture and which are to be carried on by startups. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Anybody has any question?
I don't think they have any question.
We are requesting our assistant professor, Pragya Paramita ma'am,